Hey, everybody.
Hey everybody, we're Jack's Treasures. I'm Brian,
I'm Tracy.
and this is our continued series of Q&As. Again, this is just our opinions, and if you have any comments or anything that you needed to add to it or you disagree with it, please give us a little comment down below. If you have any questions that you would like Jack's Treasures to try to answer for you, you can make a comment down below. And as always, hit the like, share, and subscribe
And if for
button.
some reason you have a question and you don't want your name below, feel free to IG us privately and we will keep you
Right.
private
We are Jack's Treasure Troves
on IG.
Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Information is behind us as well.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so what is today's
Today's
question that we're going to
question
answer?
is one that is almost 100% whatnot based.
Yeah.
And it is, what is a bin and what should you do
B-I-N.
with a bin?
Okay.
Yes, a bin is a BIN and it stands for buy it now.
Okay, so it's a static listing,
Yes.
but it's a static listing that you can put in a live show.
Mhm.
So when you're doing a live show on Whatnot, now I don't know about Jambo because I don't sell on Jambo, so I can't say whether or not they have a bin. I would assume that they do, but again, I can't say for sure because I'm not a seller on Jambo at all. So I can't say whether they do or they don't. But a bin is the buy it now, and it is a function or a feature on Whatnot that you can go into Whatnot and people can have a show where they're auctioning off stuff. Like I can say that I'm auctioning off this little mini
set of copper doll dishes.
Yeah, and I could say, check out my bin because in my bin I have this little telephone box,
yeah.
a little call box, okay? And that's in the bin, and you could purchase that now. So a bin is something that's a static listing on Whatnot, which means that you could buy it now for the price that is listed on there, or in some instances, you're allowed to make offers on items in a bin.
Let me first describe one feature of Whatnot. There is something called the Whatnot Marketplace, and that is where people can buy items, buy it now, whether or not you're having a show. Now, in many cases, a seller's bin and their marketplace is going to overlap almost entirely, but that's not necessarily the case. For us, I have all of our, I'm pointing back here because all of our bin items are kept in bins on the floor.
Yeah.
But
we keep our bin items in
I know,
bins.
it's funny.
Makes sense, I guess.
We have around 50 items right now, and they are available in the marketplace. So someone can come in and purchase them even when we're not doing a show.
As a matter of fact, it happened to us 2 days ago.
It did. But before we launch any show, one of us will take those bin items, and with a click, it's easy.
Yes.
We can click add all of them into a show, and then they're available during the show. And as in most cases, it's more appealing in the show as a bin item than as the marketplace item because the person can stack up the shipping. They save on the shipping that way, and they can make offers. They can see something live if they're like, hey, I want to see that pencil case, But I just wanted to make that differentiation between the marketplace and the bin because it's slight, but it is a differentiation.
Yeah, the marketplace is more or less of it is Whatnot's version of eBay.
Yeah.
Okay, where you can search the marketplace and you can find things listed, however that you do your search, whether it's the lowest, the highest, or whatever it may be, and it'll have all of the listings by that particular item by the thing, just like eBay. But in our case, we're talking about buy it now during live shows. Now, what are the benefits to having?
That's what I was just about to ask you.
Okay.
Oh, what are the benefits of having items in your bin?
Well, having items in the bin gives an opportunity for somebody to purchase something that might not be. They want to support you because they like your show. They think, hey, you're doing great. You're hustling. You're working very, very hard. I like to buy something, but I don't really have, the $10 for a video game or whatever it may be that you're running in your show. And so you have a dollar item into that item or into that show, and people are able to buy it. Also, another thing too, another benefit to having things in a bin is that people can look in the bin and they don't have to wait for an item to come up for auction. Okay, because it's in the bin. So they just grab it. They say, oh, I really like that item. I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. And then they'll be done with it.
Another benefit is that Whatnot has a service called gifting, where that's only with bin items. It's not with auction items. I can pick an item and I can be like, you know what? My friend Brian would really like that pencil case. Let me send it to him. And I just type in his username and it sends it straight along. Or they offer a random gift where it randomly gifts someone in the chat, which can be a way to have some excitement. Plus, if you're a buyer, maybe that's trying to build your presence on whatnot, it puts your name up there. They kind of celebrate it. So that can be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, and again, it's a very simple process to do to give
Mm-hmm.
somebody an item, and it gets you sales faster too, because a lot of times bin items are either multi quantities or for us, one of the things that we did, which was absolutely amazing that it actually happened this way, is I had a CD show, and I don't have like CDs in the bin per se. I have a CD show, and I run all of the CDs for $1. They didn't. Some of them didn't sell. I thought, well, these are pretty good CDs. Just the right person didn't see them, so I put them in the bin. And 3 shows later,
They
not
sold in
even a
a
CD
garage sale
show.
show.
They sell in the garage sale show. Somebody looks and they say, "Oh, look, he has." So, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer sold as a DVD yesterday in our show, where we were in a garage sale show. I had already run it before, and so I put it in the bin because it gets more eyes on it, because and I don't have to worry about running it or anything like that.
Another
So it's
time
in the
you might put stuff that isn't necessarily exciting enough to run in a show. Like we have a bunch of pencil cases. They're not the most thrilling things in the world,
journals.
but they're items that people may need, may want. I put those in the bin. People can buy them, and I'm not having to sit up here and hold up pencil case after pencil case.
Yeah. So that's basically what a bin is. A bin is a buy it now. It's
Mm-hmm.
or you can make an offer. Okay,
Yes.
because we have an expensive item in our bin.
Oh, I knew you were going to have to show that off.
Yeah, this is a big Godzilla lounge fly. Okay, and this is 175.
175. Yeah.
175 in our bin right there. But we're willing to look at offers on things like that. But bins can be very, very good for that. Another thing that you use bins for is we use bins for inventory and items too. We'll have an item in a bin that we put in the bin. We put the item in our bin at cost or around cost plus a little bit to cover some of our expenses. And then we get a raid, and somebody raids us with, 50 people. Well, one of the things that we do, as opposed to running a giveaway, is we'll pull something out of the bin and we'll run it in that uh, in honor of that raid, and
I
we've done that a lot.
I'll do an example. The other day we ran a what show was it? It was a raid train show.
Mm-hmm.
And we got like 3 raids, one after another after another. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was awesome. We had a smaller lounge fly in our bin that we had picked
Soft tag.
Yeah, we had picked it up on a special at a store. And so we got it for a good price. And we had it in our buy it now for enough to where if we
It was
sold
a
it,
Shrek bag.
we might have made $5 to $10, something like that. Nothing big.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it was just sitting in there kind of holding out. And we had that raid, and we wanted to celebrate that. So we pulled it out and I ran it for $1 as an auction. So it was just sitting there at the ready for an occasion like that.
And here's the amazing part: is I think we had it in the buy it now for $30, and it sold in the show for 25.
Yeah, so, I think something like that. But yeah,
it's a very similar numbers to that. And I do it with records. I have a Johnny Cash record I have it in the bin for $30. We got a raid one time. I pulled it out and I said, okay, I'm going to run this for $1. I ran it for $1, and it sold for $25.
Yeah.
Okay, or $20. Now, someone might be thinking, well, you didn't get 30 for it. I'm worried about that.
For those particular items, the bin was a holding area for us. If someone bought it, obviously we're going to ship to them. We're happy. We made our money.
Right.
But we were more just using it to hold that item for that moment that we got the big raid and we wanted to do something to celebrate.
And then again, one of the things that's important that we'll probably cover in another video is that a lot of people will say you don't make your money when you sell the item. Okay, you make your money when you buy the item. We had less than $1 in that record. So could I have sold it for $30? Yeah, but I did sell it for 20. So I have it out of my hands. I've made my profit minus the fees and everything like that. And now I can put something else in there or put something else on that shelf, which we talked about inventory the other day. Some of the bad things about a bin is sometimes people put a lot of items in the bin, like 2, 3, 400 items in a bin.
It can get
It
overwhelming.
can get overwhelming because a lot of people on Whatnot, especially on Whatnot, I would venture to say about probably 70 to 80% of the people that are buying on Whatnot are on the app, on their
Hmm.
phone, not on the computer. And on their phone, when you pull up the bin, the item that the person is running in the show, they can't see it. They can't bid on it. They can't
Hmm.
do anything because the whole screen gets covered with you're searching through 250 items or 290 items. And I will have to criticize Whatnot on this. They have one of the worst search engines on an app. It tends to what would you
It like
call it?
like lags
It
out kind
lags
of.
out and goes back up to the
Mm,
top as you're going through, so you don't even get to the parts that are down
right.
there on the bottom. And unless you know exactly what you're looking for and you type that in the search bar, you'll never get to see some of that stuff. So people sometimes put too many items in a bin. I prefer to have about 50 items in a bin,
50 is
even less
my
than that.
target number.
Yeah.
If I have a couple more, okay. If I have between 30 and 40, that's okay too. But 50 is usually what I'm shooting for.
Yeah, and another thing too is if you put some stuff into your bin, and your bin you're putting things in the bin that are all high priced. Like I have nothing but Loungefly bags in my
I'm
bin,
not going to sell
and they're
anything.
all 200, 100, and whatever a dollar amount that I put on there. And somebody comes into my show and they see all of those things. Well, they're going to think, "Oh my gosh, this guy's overpricing all of his stuff, and this is just too expensive for me, so I'm not even going to sit in the show." So they'd miss all of the auction part.
Having low price bin items, I find pays off the most during raid trains. Because a lot of times people are just hanging out in the raid train. They just want to have fun. They might want to support you. They're not really into what you're selling. Sometimes we'll go into a raid train running video games, and almost everybody else might have been running ladies' clothes. So they're not super into our video games, but maybe they look through our bin and they see, oh, they got some cool office supplies, they got these stickers, things like that, and maybe they support us that way.
Yes. And we'll probably do a video on what a raid train is because I know we've said that a couple of
Yeah,
times
I
now
think
and on
that
Whatnot.
probably is.
Probably people
That
might be
might be
shaking their
next.
heads right now. That might be, but that's pretty much what a bin is. One of the benefits to a bin is every single bin purchase adds to your total sales for
Mm-hmm.
that day. And on Whatnot has a great program that you have to reach 1,000 sales, and once you reach 1,000 sales, you get paid out
Instant
once.
payout.
Well, you get paid out once you print off
Yeah,
your
that's what they call it.
shipping list. Okay, so that's a great thing because you're not waiting for any money at all. Okay, you're waiting for money before that, before you make the 1,000 sales, because Whatnot wants to make sure that you're a legitimate seller, that you're going to be on there, that you're going to be consistent before they invest in that insta payout. Because once that money's paid out, there you have to ship the item, and some people, that's where you have issues. Let me just say that's when you have
But
issues
we're kind of
with it.
getting away
But
from it a
that
little bit
will help
there.
to get
Yes.
you to the 1,000 sales, is having a good active bin, because your bin is always up whether you're on the app or not. We sold two
If
items
you have it in the
yesterday.
marketplace,
If you have
that's
it on
the
the marketplace,
distinction.
yeah, if you have it on the marketplace, we sold two items without even having a show. We weren't even in a show. We weren't doing anything. We weren't even online. And so bin items are great for Whatnot. I don't know about Jamble. I'm assuming so, but I don't really know because I don't sell on the. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please give us a like, share, subscribe. Leave any comments that you have down below. And please, if you can, check out the link below to stop soldier suicide. We are on a mission to try to reduce the number of soldiers that are committing suicide daily in the
Yes.
United States, down from 20 to, we'd like to get it down to 0, but being realistic, we'd like to at least save one. That'll save 365 people a year.
Yep.
So peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.